today we're going to work on a sewing machine cover. This is just kind of how my mind works, so I wrote it down. We need 5 panels for the sewing machine cover. We need 2 short ends of the sewing machine, back and front, and then 2 long ends, which would be the one facing us and the one behind us, and then 1 top. So I measured my machine. It's going to be about 15 inches this way, and then 12 inches, but I added an extra inch so it can tuck under the bottom for the fabric. And then for the front and back, they measured about 7 inches on the top and then 13 inches down. So I initially had it for, and then the top I had initially was 6 inches across and then 15 inches down. And my seams aren't going to match up for my sides then, so I switched it, so I did 15 by 7 now. So we'll just sew that together. And then to show you my pieces, I am using vinyl, so you want to be careful because this is a used tablecloth, that there aren't any marks or holes because it's plastic and you can't really mend those too much. So these will be my sides, front and back I mean, and then these will be my long sides here, and you can see it's long enough to cover my machine, and it doesn't really have to reach the top because we already have a top piece, and then that's what this will be, and this is going to go on the top. So with your thread you could cut out holes in here, but I'm just worried about it being plastic, if it's going to like stretch more than it should, so I'm not going to make any holes right now. But first step in sewing is I'm going to sew my long side to the top. So I'm going to sew these two together first. And we want to flip it over. And we're going to do print side versus print side, so both my fuzzy sides are here, and we're going to clip those together and sew that section. And so because it is vinyl, I watched Sarah on sewingsupplies.com on YouTube. So she said and I watched her sewing with vinyl video, she said you want maybe a lower tension and a shorter seam. So 6 is too short for me. I can't do 6. I'm going to do 8. She said it would be a 3.0. I'm not sure what 3.0 would be on this because obviously my 3, if I follow that, is a zigzag. So, and then for my presser foot, you're going to see this isn't the one she recommended. I think she recommended other ones like the walking foot. But mine's just a flat foot, and it's just so it doesn't catch on the bottom of the vinyl and make it bubble up. Okay, so we sewed our side piece to the top, and it's going to go over our machine, so the next piece we're going to sew is the next side. Okay, so as you see, we got our top section covered with both sides sewn together for the top piece, and that will go over like that on the machine, and we just got to do the front and back. We're almost there. Okay, so this is my back piece, and like I just showed you, so I'm going to first sew the sides, and they should match up pretty good. You don't have to worry about ironing your folds or seams down because it's vinyl, so you don't want to melt it. And then I'm going to clip here, and we'll sew this side, and then we'll sew the top, and then we'll sew the other side. Flip over. And sew front seam to front seam. Okay, now that we got the top piece done, and then we will sew the back up, and then we'll repeat the same process for the front. So there we have the back section, and then we'll just sew on our front piece, and we'll be done. So there you go, there's the back. That's looking good. Do the top half and we'll get to sewing. Okay, so we did the top, and then all we have to do to finish it up is sew this piece, and then we'll have our sewing machine covered. Okay, so it's the front, this is the piece we did, and then this is the back. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the back of this. So you could make a little hole for here so you don't have to unplug your machine all the time, but I'm going to leave it. I think it looks perfect the way it is, and it's just something so pretty to look at. Thank you for watching.